Hello, Christian friends. Welcome to Monday study. The stone was rolled away. The stone was rolled away. My name is Dwain, and we're walking through the end of the book of Mark, talking about our risen Lord this week. The stone was rolled away. If you look at Mark chapter 16, verses 1 to 8, and 1 Corinthians 15, verses 1 to 8, these two chapters capture powerfully, these two passages capture powerfully the resurrection of Jesus and the aftermath. What's wonderful about them is they are proofs that Jesus was indeed resurrected. Now, some say he never got up. Some say that, the disciples stole his body, and many other things people say to avoid the reality of a resurrected Lord and the implications of a God who raises his son back to life. Now, if Jesus is raised back to life, our gospel is not in vain. Our gospel, the gospel through Jesus Christ alone, salvation through Christ alone is real. And you have to deal with God because God has made an opportunity for men and women to be saved. To do away with Jesus is in a sense to do away with God. To do away with having to worry about a judgment and having to worry about changing your life and having to worry about the claims and demands that God makes upon people. That's why some don't want to deal with the resurrection, because they really don't want to deal with the implications of having to make their lives right with Jesus. Even though through the resurrection of Jesus and through the sacrifice of Jesus, all we have to do is accept by faith to be saved. So easy, so simple. But some people say, well, he didn't get up. But if God is God, if you believe in Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2 and the powerful ability of God to create all things, then resurrection is not that difficult. God can do that. If he can make this world out of nothing, he can bring it and give beings life. He can do it again. Some people say that, his body was stolen by the disciples. Well, we'll study today. You'll learn today. There's no way the disciples really could have gotten by the Roman guard. How did they do that? How did they get by the Roman guard if they had stolen the body? Some people say that that nobody saw him. That they weren't proofs that he was actually resurrected. But in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 1 to 8, the Apostle Paul makes clear not only did he see him, but there were over 500 people to whom Jesus appeared after his resurrection. That's one of the major proofs that Jesus did rise from the dead. And why would people wager their lives to build the Christian church? Because to do it in that climate after the death of Jesus in such a drastic way was to take your life in your own hand. Why would people be willing to die for someone who was a fraud? No, beloved, Jesus was real. Jesus rose from the dead. And as we learn today, that rising has powerful implications for our salvation. May God bless us as we study in his word again.